What's going on, YouTube family? It's Andrea here at VW Family Farm, and it is another cattle working day here. We showed you on the last video, we got up a couple of cows that we're gonna go ahead and sell. We've been doing a lot of evaluating of our record books and things like that, and we just have to make this cattle operation profitable, as well as we do have, for the most part on a day-to-day basis, it's Lane and sometimes me working with these cows. Ben is here when we do the big stuff, but for the most part it's us. And we've known all along that we had a few crazies in the bunch. So it's time today to cull out the crazies. We've kept them. We're very hands-on with these cows, so they've had their chance to calm down, and some of them are just plain out crazy. And that's just not a risk we want to have here on the farm. We can't always have like tame, gentle as puppy dog cows by any means, but there's 2 or 3 or 4 out there that they would get you given the opportunity. So we are gonna try to get the cows up. We've got a couple in the corral right now from across the road, and we're gonna try to work in some of these from here behind the house and decide who all we're getting rid of, and just try to proceed with that, and they will be going to the sale. Hope this goes well. Hope everybody's safe in this. That's always my hope when we work cows. We've got the whole crew here that's gonna work on this, so let's go get started. All right, everybody's going all different directions to try to pull this off. So Ben just used the tractor and put that hay bale against the part of the corral over there because it's wanting to bow and bend, and we're afraid if they ever get it bent far enough and see a way out, we'll have a disaster on our hands and they'll just break out of the corral. So he's doing that. Lane is way over there, not sure you can see him. He's setting up wires to try to funnel them down here and out of their pen and way down here to this corral. We've got one more iffy spot on this corral. Down there at the bottom of that gate, we had some welds break, so therefore that whole section is trying to lean over. So Ben is gonna temporarily rig it up for today. Aren't you, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just make it safer so that that panel right over there doesn't fall when they get to pushing on it and Lane be beneath it, because that's a pretty big fear of mine when we're out here working cows, is somebody getting trapped under a panel. So but I'm about to go in there. You can see those two. This is the skinny Brahma heifer that I've done everything I know to do to bring her back to health and to fatten her up, and she does look better, but it's just, she looked like that when she came here. She's never calved, and so it's time for her to go. And then this little bull we bought, and he's just never grown off super well, and so he's not looking like he's going to be a good breeding bull. So I'm going to go in there and run them back to this section back here where Ben's at, so that we can work more cows in here and they won't be up in the way trying to get out.
Another reason you're getting rid of her, she's a little cray-cray.
She's very cray-cray. She will flat, smooth, run you over. So I'm going to let Ben finish before I run her up in his back pocket. How about that?
I will be much obliged.
Okay. So one big goal for 2020 for us is to work smarter, not harder. We did a whole lot last year, Ben, didn't we? That we were learning, and we worked ourselves about into the ground. I mean, we did not have any days off. And then we looked back at some of it and thought, why did we even do all that? So we're working on that this year, is not get the cows up and stress them and expend all our energy if it's not necessary. But today is necessary. We've been needing to do this actually for about a year since we got them. We knew we were going to try to cull some. We let them calve to try to make them profitable to us, and then we knew we were going to cull some crazies. But things throughout this year, we're really taking a long hard look at, do we want to do that or not? Was that profitable? Was that worth it? Is that something, a practice we want here on our farm? Or is that something we need to just let go just because people say that's what you should do? Do we really need to do that here on our farm? Things like vaccinating and preventative things. So we'll see.
I'm here to tell you that if y'all ever think about running herds of cows like this hot wire is so amazing. It saves on so much work. So many different areas you can use it with these step-in post and just portable wire, man, you can make any kind of pen because they really respect a hot wire.
So when we first started this, which you don't have to have a huge herd of cows to do electric fencing, it's a great way for a small property to put up fences without building lots and lots of permanent fences, especially if you want to move your animals around. It is hands down the best way to go. And we actually went with cheaper products, cheaper brands when we first started, but we've quickly come to find out it's another one of those things, you get what you pay for. So we're trying to switch over most of our electric fencing products to Gallagher products, because they just have proven themselves to us over these last 2 years of doing electric fencing. So over the course of this next grazing season, we're going to try to show y'all some of our favorite products, because I know a lot of you out there are trying to start small homesteads on just a few acres, and you could very easily use some of these products on a much smaller scale than us, but we have learned some things over the past few years. Some of the things we first bought was kind of money wasted because we've already had to replace those things because they just didn't last. One of those things we've come to realize is very important is your posts. And so Ben is putting in some Gallagher posts right now. We started out with a different model that they actually call pigtails. Those are okay. We struggled last year, especially when the weather gets dry. You can drive anything into the ground this time of year because it's just a muddy mess. But you try in about July here in the South, then's your real test. And we've bent the feet on these things. We've just mangled them up. So this is our upgrade, if you want to show it.
Yeah. Most of the ones we got have got a piece of wire coming, or I say a piece of wire, piece of metal coming over to get you a second spike here. And when you stomp it in that hard ground or you hit rocks or whatever, you're always bending that. I didn't like these at first because I thought this was plastic, but this is some sort of reinforced polyglass. You can take a sledgehammer and beat on this to drive it in the ground. I will prove that this summer when it gets dry and the ground gets really hard, how stout these things are. But when I first got one, I drove it in the middle of our driveway with a hammer just to test it out. These things,
even up in our yard in the summer, y'all, it gets almost like, the ground will be almost like concrete. Yeah. It gets that dry and hot and just baked around here. So we're super excited to have upgraded to these, and just wanted to, throughout this year, we just want to kind of tell you some of our favorite things for electric fencing, because we live in the middle of barbed wire country. Like everyone uses barbed wire. People do not use hot wire. It's kind of new technology, I guess you'd say, and it's so much easier. It's
new school, and people around here are old school.
Yeah.
I mean, they're used to the traditional, put them behind the barbed wire fence and keep going. But
never move them.
There is a growing movement, people showing how well it works. The rotational grazing, which it does take work, but you can run a whole lot more head of cattle on a smaller acreage than you could.
So that's more money for you as the farmer, as well as it controls flies, worms, all kinds of stuff so much more efficiently. So we're going to try to show y'all throughout this summer our favorite fencing products and just give you some tips in case that's something you're looking to do. All right, so Ben told me just to let him go in there. And if you can see, she's already got that head and ears up. They call them high-headed for a reason, because they literally have their head up high. See, she wanted to get him right then. She's just a little cuckoo, and always has been. She's never calmed down. So today's the day. It's time for her to go.
I'm gonna put her over in there, that way we can have all 3 pens opened up.
Well, she's coming for you.
Yep.
Look at her. There she comes.
My foot slipped. Hey.
Jump at her.
It's a little slick in here.
Yeah, let's don't do acrobatics. What makes me nervous about today is we got several that's gonna act like this.
Come on.
Hey!
Are you hurt?
I mean, it kind of hurt my ankle. Go get her in there. Shut it.
Watch it! Get up! Get up!
Good job.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Lane, you watch yourself too, because those are leaning. You better keep that in mind.
Put her in that corner over there.
And where?
Over that way. Yeah.
She could break your leg.
Uh-huh.
Let me come in.
No.
Why not? I could run her Lane's way.
Uh-huh. I'm afraid she hit that gate. No,
Daddy? Okay. Shoe her up, Lane. Shoe her up.
Oh, no. You got to close it.
All right. 15 minutes later.
Hey, 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 hey.
Don't close on yourself, Dad. She's like, I don't like that. Here she comes.
Hey, 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 hey. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Hey. That's high enough.
All right. We're going to plan probably G. We're going to try to
Go over.
herd her with the drone. We've been told that
That side. We want to run her this way.
it's a great way to herd cows because it won't get anyone hurt and it'll show them right where you want them to go.
There you go.
Main thing she wants is to get Ben. Ones like this are difficult because you can't get behind them and shoo them. They're going to chase you wherever you are.
And this is why we're getting rid of her.
Yeah, that's why this is her last day at VW Family Farm. Because this is not our first rodeo with her. Alright, this is turning into a job all on its own. So we've let the little bull calf out. See if her and him together, we can get her up. We're just trying to get her out of this pen so we got another working pen when we get the rest of the cows up. Alright. There's not many cows that won't run away from you at all to try to get away from you, but she won't. She will run straight at you. So this is kind of our last resort, rather than just letting all the other cows in here and mixing her up with them, seeing if she'll do what we want with them. But this is a hot wire. It's not hot, but we're going to use it. And she don't know it's not hot. See if we can't work her across the corral that way. She ain't been over here in a while.
All right, I hope that doesn't kind of show us how the rest of the day is going to go. We got to go get the rest of these cows up before it just gets too dark.
We're giving up on her for now.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the plan, Daddy?
She wants to get them.
She's a real cowgirl.
Yeah. Me and Pepper are going to try walking behind them. Lane is going to attempt something that a guy from church told us last night. He has herded his cows with his drone. We're going to attempt it. We got a new drone that we've been actually checking our cows with. It is really awesome. I sat on the back porch and counted the cows from the house, so that's been a real blessing. But anyway, we're going to try to use it to see if we can see if it'll help us herd the cows.
All right, I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm zoomed way in. They've got them coming with the drone. You can see some coming across the pond. That's a couple of the crazy ones. Then that other white one, she's another one we're trying to round up. But I'm up here because this is the little gap they need to come through to get to the corral. So I'm up here letting this down. So if they make it up here this far, which it looks like they're coming pretty good, and then Lane set up a cross wire so that it will lead them right into this opening. Y'all can see over there he's set up an angled cross wire to kind of funnel them right into this opening. So when they come out that pond bank, they should funnel right over here. So I'm going to go back to the truck, get out of the way. We literally just herded cows with a drone. It was totally awesome. I don't know if y'all can see it, but the drone is still following them, keeping them going. So they're gonna go up and go into the road, the farm road. The gates are shut at the highway, and we're gonna head them back to the corral. All right, that went awesome. We've got them up in this farm road. Now Ben and Lane have gone to try to run them back. We're gonna just go ahead. We thought about trying to let some just out right off the bat, but we're afraid we'll get some of the crazies in with them. So we're gonna go ahead and put them all in the corral and start sorting them, start letting some out to go back to their field, and just try to keep the crazies and try no one to get hurt.
Attempt number 2.
Later.
I'm gonna tell you what though, you can save a horse, fly a drone.
So we're letting the ones that aren't crazy go right now, and the whole first pen was not, so we're just letting all them out.
I think the drone worked awesome. What do you think?
That was pretty cool. It's like one of the coolest things I've ever done.
He was flying it around saying, "This is so awesome. This is so much easier."
I wasn't sold on it until at the end, and it worked because I kept thinking the cows were just going to double back and blow past y'all, but I thought we needed a backup plan, honestly, but it worked out really well.
It held them in a really tight circle.
Yeah, it did, and pushed them through the little gap that, well, y'all seen how crazy some of them brimmers are. They don't normally cooperate that well, so.
You have them surrounded vehicles and they won't go in.
Yeah.
We actually wound up sorting out 13 more from this herd back here. We got 2 from across the road the other day, so we're hauling off a load of 15, and every single one of them that we're hauling off that's over there is crazy. They were wanting to get us the whole time. That just makes working cows pretty miserable.
Pretty
because
dangerous.
you got to watch your back at all times. I'm always a nervous wreck thinking one of them that's in there like sorting them is going to get eaten. I'm always yelling at Emily like, stay in the back of the truck. So I'm pretty much a maniac on cattle working day, but I just want us all to be safe, and this is just one step closer to a little bit safer environment.
Yeah, a little bit safer. Not as many war injuries next time, maybe. I got a pretty good one today.
You really can trust some cows a whole lot more than others. I'm not going to say you can ever fully trust a big animal like that, but you definitely can trust some more than others.
You trust your milk cows pretty well.
Oh yeah. So they've been needing to go ever since we got the herd of cows last year. So today's a big day, just one step closer to the herd that we want. And that'll give us some money to replace these with some that we do want.
And cut down on the hay consumption, because we are going through a lot of hay.
Yes, we are. So this is 13 full-size cows that are eating hay. So that'll definitely help because we have about enough hay to get through March 15th. That's it. And then it's either, hopefully there's some grazing by then or buy some. And that just depends on if you can find any to buy. So this will help slow it down a little bit.
We've still got a little bit more work to do tonight. It's probably gonna get too dark, too dangerous, and too hectic to try to film it. We got a truck and trailer coming to load all them up. We're gonna put them on his truck and say bye-bye.
Yes.
So he's on the way. We gotta get everything ready for him, and I guess we're done here.
This day is done.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later. God bless.
Bye.